podcast with a sound. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Clean's Views to Creative, where we interview beautiful minds. Today we have Severo Music Studios,
That's correct.
owner of Severo Music Studios, with the link will be in the description below. So we're just gonna go right into it. This is Severo. Would you like to introduce yourself to our wonderful viewers?
What's up, everyone? I am Severo Latakan. I just go by Severo or Sev to most people. Yeah, I own and run Severo Music Studios, where we work with a lot of talented artists.
So Severo,
Yeah.
what type of business do you run?
The business pertains mainly around music, but it's all around entertainment. If I would maybe change the name, it would be like Severo Music and Media kind of thing, because not just recording music, but sometimes we like making little music videos, and I always basically vlog and I post those on my channel.
So I'm gonna put these channels details in the link below, and just follow this thing over here. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, and then it goes away. So follow his page, guys. He makes amazing content and it's very creative. If you love music, if you love just seeing people's vlogs, that's the guy to view. So I believe everything in this world has a start and a place where you have to maintain.
Right.
Then you have to grow.
Yeah.
Just like one time you were born,
Right.
and that was the best time ever. You just come home, you couldn't talk, and that was the best time ever because you don't have to worry about anything.
Exactly.
But now you're in that space where you're like a young adult. You have to kind of maintain your life, and the next thing you're thinking about is growing. So how did your company start out?
Company, well, I'd like to call that. It's not official, but God willing it would be. Okay, so when it first started out, I was just doing live music, and I was always performing at concerts for my one friend, and he always encouraged me to kind of take over his kind of role in, putting these spectacles together with a lot of talents, which I did, which I started out in 2013, and this is before I even had this place, right? And when we would rehearse, we only had our phones, and a lot of times we're thinking, man, we have gold happening here. I wish I could record this. And then from there, when we had rehearsals, whatever, I just bought myself my first sound card, which records the music digitally onto your software. And when I got my place, it grew from there. Then I bought a mixer so I can plug in a lot of more instruments. I kept doing my annual show. I kept meeting new people. Started a YouTube channel, and that's basically how it grew. One thing turns into another.
So, as you can see, we actually in the studio over here. We got the piano, and we got the cool paint job. We got a lot of things going on here that's to do with media and music. So, how was it for you starting out when you didn't have all this equipment?
Wow, yes, okay, so the place that we are sitting right now, there's a house in front where we are situated right now, and from the house to this point to the back it was all grass.
Whoa!
Right? God bless him, my dad built this place, and I first started out, when we entered the front room, if you look over to the right, there was like curtains where the laptop and that is, that's where my bed and everything was. So I started out, I didn't have a door. This is in front of just a one bedroom space, so it's my parents in there. I had to kind of stay in the lounge for a while before, fortunately this place was built. And when the opportunity arose, I just invested everything I had into this place. So yeah, my whole beginning started out not even in my bedroom because it was off the lounge.
Yeah. So as you can see, growth as manifestations.
Yeah.
Growth as manifestations, and not just that. I see you have a logo, you have a YouTube channel,
yes.
You have equipment. From a passion to having physical things in your hand,
right.
And your name being placed on posters,
right.
Going to events. So from an idea, you have grown so much, and so we see that journey. I'll show you guys later, I'll show you right now. This is how it looks around the studio. As you can see, we have many equipment laying around. Is that the right way to say it? Many equipment, lots of equipment. So in starting this pursuit, did you have any fears?
Absolutely. I mean, even today, the arts and that is not something you can easily bring forward to your family and convince them this is what I really want to do. But through time, I kind of convinced them, and I got into that stage and performed. And it just grew from there. I just got great responses when I went to shows. Yeah.
So take that as a word of wisdom. Jump. If you're gonna fall, learn to fly.
Yeah, and also one important thing that I actually heard in one of my interviews on my channel is that, especially with performers, remember that talent means almost nothing. It's hard work is what really counts, is what will show at the end of the day. Yeah.
So what would you say is the heart and purpose of your business? Because anyone can play music nowadays.
Right.
Anyone can be a photographer.
Yeah.
But I believe it's the heart and vision for that specific skill that sets him apart. So what is your heart?
The heart and soul, well, with regards to me performing or this place or my
this place and you performing, because it kind of intertwines you as a musician.
Sorry, intertwines.
Yeah.
Right. I find myself nowadays, doing a lot more for other people than for performing myself, and that's, I think, long term is where I really want to put my time in, is actually promoting and uplifting other artists. What I do is also humble work. It's not officially a business. I do earn incomes from projects and certain short-term contracts, things like that. But yeah, Silvera Music Studios is about promoting local artists from our neighborhood. One thing I always say is that there's you don't need to travel to the ends of the earth to find good talent. Just look around your neighborhood, you'll be very surprised. And yeah, that's what it is with regards to the business side of it. For myself, performing, I do love it. I can't get away from it,
So you always find yourself with the Silvera, there's music.
Yes, absolutely. I have to be involved somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe not always to perform, but I mean, I've got to be involved.
Cool. So in this business or in this atmosphere, I find that many people try to go by word of mouth. Is marketing important?
I think it's crucial, actually. I'm sure you see in the photography world that people say one of the smartest things you can invest in is to have a professional logo that people can take you seriously. Because that's the first thing they'll see if they go onto your page and whatever.
Yeah.
Right? They got to be able to take you seriously, and that is something that kind of lacks, that we all have to learn, because it's something that's, like everything else, is constantly changing. Is that we need to learn how to market ourselves in a very smart manner, because there are methods that are almost free to us that we can utilize, which we don't know how to do correctly. It's not always about posting. It's just there are many aspects to that. Like myself, I'm not an expert on, and but that's something that all of us need to actually, as artists, as anyone who's in any sort of independent business, is having some sort of plan with regards to marketing.
So marketing matters, yes.
It does matter. It's not the only thing that matters, but it's a big factor. Yeah.
So often in multimedia we say we can give you a perceived perception of quality over the actual quality.
Right.
So if you market yourself in such a way, even if you haven't had the experience, you'll still find yourself in places where, poof,
Yeah, that often happens.
Yeah.
People ask me to come maybe perform or do something that I'm like, seriously? Is that how much you think I can do? Yeah.
So have you ever had odd experiences just based on word of mouth alone, where people ask you some weird things because they perceive you as such a qualitative person, a person of quality?
okay, I haven't had like just weird questions just personally, but weird requests with my gigs. I've performed in many different sort of events, but I actually performed one time for a couple for their anniversary or the Valentine's thing, where they were inside and I was just situated on the balcony doing my thing, and after the dinner was finished, whatever, I just kind of had to leave. So it was just the two of them and me playing outside. But I mean, the conversation that arose back and forth is probably the thing which is probably not repeatable. I'll say that.
So you could say that your services can be personalized according to your audience.
Yeah.
And I would say that's a very unique thing, and it could be your niche as well.
Yes, no, absolutely. Because certain things are maybe overdone. But people, when they at least see the saxophone, they think, this will actually be kind of cool somewhere. How about we have it here or there? And that's what I really try and capitalize on. Also in the way I play, that people notice is that I don't just play like just the song. I like playing a lot of upbeat songs, especially like some of the pop stuff that's been going on for the past few years. I always dance along with it, it's something that people people don't usually see. So that's at least my kind of foot in the door to kind of catch people's eye.
And that's so cool. So we spoke about your niche because you're a very relative person in terms of the music. You're not just like this big company that comes and does this massive show, but you also come and cater for the little ones as well, the small gatherings.
Right.
And that's where you really connect with people with your music, right? And so now that you're talking about businesses, even though, as you say, it's not an official business.
Yeah, we haven't established ourselves.
Not established, but you still have certain responsibilities,
Absolutely.
And so what would you say, because you have your own job as well, right?
Yes, I do have a day job.
So you have a day job and you're managing Severo Music Studios.
Right.
So everyone nowadays wants to have this position or vision of success where they're saying, I'm this person, I can do all these things, but they don't really know the responsibilities.
No.
So what is your responsibilities managing this establishment?
Well, it's because I'm right now the only person, I know that when it eventually does become established and we want to grow, our new partners, one can't do it by oneself. But my responsibility as it stands is just managing the ins and outs. For example, the recording sessions. Artists come in, I either create something for them for a fee, or they have already their demo, they just want to use my facilities, and I manage that. Now, because we haven't yet also established our recording rights as well, I can't claim actually anything on it. I mean, I can get a footnote or something. But yep, that's for one responsibility. I also, for the performers that usually work around, especially the much younger ones, we all kind of mentor each other, and I always encourage that. That no one's kind of above the other. Although always when we see the others perform, we're like, oh man, we can't follow up with that. But I always try and make sure there's like a homely feel and everything else. Yeah. It's not all, like I say, it's still mainly all just humble work, but I do make sure, because I invested so much into the space, that I do get something out of it. Yeah.
So that's also the definition of entrepreneurship, taking a financial risk to get something out. And you have done that, right?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate since last year, I'll say officially, that I've really more advertised my studio side, because before I wouldn't call it a studio, more like a big jam room with recording facilities. But since say middle of last year, I was very fortunate to have worked with actually a few people where they recorded some demos here which are now actually playing on the radio.
Wow. Damn, that's so cool. And so we from being in this interview, I've seen that there's growth. There's a start point. You're not where you want to be, but you're still moving.
Yeah.
And you're not stagnant, And if you compare yourself to where you were 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
that's a big change.
you can say it's a big change.
Oh yeah.
Like you can easily put it up against.
Yeah. I did a little challenge with myself I just went through photos to post, humble beginnings and all that, and I actually think, I'm like, man, okay, when I started, these couches weren't even here. Okay, when did I buy a second piano? I managed to upgrade to another computer. Like, how did I manage? How much did it cost? I'm like, okay, but I'm here now though. It is amazing, yeah.
So to anyone wanting to start out, what would your wise words or encouragement be to them?
If you want to start out anything that you want to sustain, remember this: the hardest thing in life is not fighting for something you want, it's fighting for something you want to keep. You gotta be sure this is what you want.
Woo!
And again,
Damn, it's deep.
and again, just keep going with it. You're gonna get discouraged. You're gonna have a hit, and you're gonna be down for a while. This pandemic hit. All artists cancelling their shows, everything, whatever. But I can tell you this right now: anyone that has a big influence nowadays have put at least a decade in their life dedicated to the one thing they do. I am not even near where I want to be, even though I can say what I have done, I am proud of. But God willing, someday I will be able to leave my day job and focus all my energy into making this place established. And that's what I really want. Yeah. So the biggest thing is, just know exactly what you want and never give up. Only you will know what it is.
Know what you want and never give up. This is Cleanse Views Creative in collaboration.
Take two.
Collaboration. This is Cleanse Views Creative in collaboration with Severo Music Studios, and we are out.
One rhythm, one life.
Peace out. Shout it out.
That was